welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a fall makeup look that I am wearing right here, and we're also going to be combining that with a little Skindinavia setting spray test video. So basically what the plan is I just finished doing my makeup, and it's 1:28 right now, and I just finished doing this makeup. So what I did was I did 2 sprays of this setting spray, and then I fanned it off. This happens to be the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow list. And then I just fanned it off and let it dry, and I'm not going to touch it for at least 10 minutes or so. I'm not going to touch anything, like even if it itches, I'm just going to leave it alone. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about the rest of my day. This spray, I believe, says it is a 16-hour wear. I don't know if it actually says that on the bottle, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that on the website. I've been using Skindinavia sprays forever and ever and ever, and I'm a huge fan of them, but I just wanted to give a demonstration to you guys on how well it lasts. So it's a pretty dramatic eye makeup look with the shimmer and then the maroon lip, and it's Thanksgiving today, so we're gonna be doing some Thanksgiving dinner, and then I'm going over to my parents' house, and so it's gonna be a relatively busy day. So let's get into this tutorial, and if you stay till the end, you will see how long this makeup lasts. To get started, I'm going to be using the Embryolisse moisturizer. I'm not totally sure how to pronounce this, but this really gets the skin ready for foundation and powders and everything like that. Next, I'm going to be using the Skindinavia primer spray. This is the oil control spray, which is my favorite. I feel like it really helps keep the skin nice and matte and gets it ready for foundation. The tape, as always, and then the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair. I love this stuff for getting the eyes all primed and ready for eyeshadow. It is perfect for getting rid of any undertone colors, any veins, anything like that. And I'm blending this out using my Morphe sponge, which happens to be my absolute favorite at the moment. I'm just going to add a little bit of translucent powder on top, and then we're going to go straight in with this Define Me shade. I love this shade so much for that transition color, especially if you want a little bit of warmth. We're going to go in with Vivid, which is a very orangey shade, and we're doing the exact same thing that we did before. Next, I'm going in with Transitional, which is a little bit more of a cooler shade. I think this shade works really, really well for toning it down just a hint, but also darkening it. And I'm putting that very lightly all over, just like I did everything else. Then we're going in with Fickle, which is the lighter green. It's a little bit more of a vibrant green color. And I'm going to put that all over the exact same spots. We want that orange to show through, but we really want the base of this to be green. And then we're going in with the Jeffree Star Crocodile Tears liquid lipstick. I know that seems kind of weird, but I put this right on the spot that I want it to be, and then I immediately blend it out. This really adds that vibrance that a lot of eyeshadows can't give you. I also feel like it really helps darken, and it's a little bit of a faster process rather than layering and layering and layering eyeshadows. No matter what eyeshadows you use, none of them are going to be this intense unless you're using a liquid lipstick. Then we're going to go in with Pine, which is the darker green shade in the palette. And I'm going to be putting that mainly in the inner corner and the outer corner and focusing that closer down into that crease. Now we're going in with So Glam, this kind of greenish gold shimmer shade. And I'm going to be spraying my brush to make it wet to help make that shimmer pop. And then I use a little bit more pressure when I'm applying this shade just because I really, really want that shimmer to show through. Next, I'm using the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder. I'm taking this on a thin angled brush and I wet it, and I draw little lines right in the center of my eye. I just want this to add that dimension that the shimmer shade can't give me. It also adds a little bit more light too, which is awesome. And we're going in with some Maybelline Eye Studio Blackest Black Gel Liner. Just like every other liner video I've ever done, it's the same kind of winged liner following that tape line, and just very carefully lining that up with my eyelid. And the final step for the top part of the eyes is the lashes. These are Captivating Lashes by Flutter Lashes. I love these lashes so much. I just applied a little bit of glue on that lash line, and I'm pressing these on with some tweezers. You can also see Luna in the background. I prefer tweezers because I have really long nails, but if you don't have long nails, then fingertips are definitely the best option in my opinion. And my little Full Lips Enhancer. We're going to do some foundation first, but then we're going to put this on. I'm using the Makeup Forever foundation in 230, and then the Cover FX drops in 10. I mix those two together, and I'm going to put that all over and blend that out. And then I'm going to put my Full Lips Enhancer back on while I do the rest of the blending. I just want to make sure that that all settles together. So then I'm going to go back in with the under eyes. I'm going to focus the foundation on that part. So I'm using the Custom Enhancer drops in Moonlight. I'm going to put those right on the tops of my cheekbones, and I like to blend this out with my fingers first and then go in with the sponge because I feel like it looks a little bit better and it keeps more of that shimmer. The sponge can soak up a little bit more of the shimmer than I'd like. Just blending that out with the sponge to make it nice and seamless. It is very important that you do this when your foundation is still damp and not matte. I'm using the Sun-Kissed drops, which are a matte brown, which is more of a contour, and we're going to use this in our areas of contouring just to add a little bit of cream contour to get us started. And I'm going back in with that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair again and putting that underneath of my eyes just to highlight those areas as well as between my eyebrows and down the center of my nose. This is where that sponge really, really shines because you can get right up underneath of those eyes with that pointed part. It's awesome. So I'm blending over the leftover foundation onto my lips to kind of matte those out. And I'm going to set this with the translucent setting powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. Then to bake the under eyes, I just dip that sponge into that same translucent powder and really pack that on. This also really, really helps if you're going to be sweating, if you're going to be, crying. Let's say that it's your wedding day. There's always a lot of tears on wedding days, and this really, really helps keep that foundation locked in. This is my Makeup Forever contour pans. You can see which ones that I use. These are the fair shades. They're not the porcelain, which is the lightest color. They are the fair, and I mixed the warm and cool shades. I prefer to use the warm a little bit higher on my cheekbones and then the cool on the hollows of my cheekbones. So we're just going to contour away here. So I'm going to use this little weird looking toothbrush type brush from Morphe, and I take a little bit of those contour shades, the cool one, and I place that on the sides of my nose. Now I don't use a lot of pressure. That's really, really important because then it's going to be really hard to blend out. So I'm just kind of placing it there gently in the areas that I want to contour my nose to make my nose look a little bit slimmer and a little bit more pointed. And I just use the other brush that came in that same nose contouring kit, which is like a flat blender brush, and I blend that out. Okay, so we're gonna bake. So I use that same exact brush with some translucent powder, and then I use that sponge with the translucent powder, and I'm just gonna put that in the areas that I want to clean up the contour. I also think this helps if you want your makeup to stay extra, extra long, because this really, really helps set it and keep it in place, especially if you're the kind of person who rests their chin on their hands or the sides of their face on their hand or whatever. This really, really helps. So I'm just gonna dust away some of that bakeage that's underneath of my eyes and a little bit that's on the center of my nose because I don't want that to bake as long as I want the underneath of my cheekbones to bake. Now for blush, I'm using the XOXO Makeup Geek blush, which I love right now. This is one of my favorites. I'm just putting that on the apples of the cheeks right there. And then my highlight, I'm using the Peach Goddess highlight by Jeffree Star. I love this stuff so much. It's so pretty. So I use that on the tops of my cheekbones, the center of my nose, and the my Cupid's bow right there, just to really bring out that glow. So I'm using that Starlit powder on the inner corner of my eyes. I really feel like this brings out the eyes when you do a halo smoky eye. I feel like it really, really helps. Next for brows. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ash Brown. I love this stuff so much. So I just draw little hair-like strokes. I'm not going to spend too much time focusing on this, but just so that you can see, I do prefer more of a bold brow with my looks just because my hair is very dark, but my eyebrows are very light, and I feel like the hair-like strokes help keep it look very natural. And for any mistakes, which is inevitable, I'm going to take this flat brush with some concealer on it and just glide that right underneath of that brow to clean it up and to make it look a little bit more structured. And some brow gel, as always. So I'm going to take that same angled brush and I put some eyeliner on it, and I'm just going to tap that very gently on the inner corner of my eye. This took a lot of practice before I found a shape that looked really good for me. I feel like this helps because my eyes are very round and I prefer more of a cat eye look. And some mascara, the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. Now for lips, I'm using the Lipland Montenegro shade, which is by Amrezy. I love this shade so much. It is so pretty. It's the perfect shade between purple and red. It's very, very fall and very wintry in my opinion. So I just put that all over the lips. And this is Mood by Morphe. I put this on the center to give a little bit more dimension. All right, so now we're just going to set our face. I'm using this Morphe setting spray, which I prefer to blend everything together, keep it all nice and moist. And then the final spray is the Skindinavia Bridal Spray, obviously the star of the show. I'm going to use 2 solid layers of this, and then I fan it off immediately after, and I do not touch it. That is the most important thing. So don't touch it after you fan it off. Let it sit for at least 10 minutes before you go getting licked by dogs or sweating or running or whatever you're going to be doing. Take a bath in it. Just trust me. Nobody likes you. Okay, some people ask me how I get my makeup pictures, and this is how sometimes. So, just because the sun goes down a lot faster during the day now, this is what I'll take some pictures outside. Say hi. You can kind of see a little bit. So you know, this is the disaster. This is what my table looks like after I film a video or do my makeup or whatever. Like, it's such a disaster. And the lights. And the Luna. Luna, what's she doing? Hi. Hi. Show everybody how tall you're getting, huh? I know. Look how tall. You're growing up so fast. Hi, Jazz. What are you doing? Oh. All right. Jazz has no chill. None whatsoever. Just zero chill. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, it's 9:26. So that means that I have been wearing this makeup for 8 hours at least. So this is a full 8 hours. I haven't touched it up once. I only did 2 good sprays of the setting spray. It looks like I got a little something up here going on. I played outside with the dogs. We took some pictures. I was sweating. I was running around. I ate a ton of food, which you can see. I've never had a liquid lipstick that didn't do this. I don't know if that exists. After 8 hours, I have not touched up my lips once. This is just what they look like. So basically what my next plan is to do the shower test. So I don't think it's actually listed that this is supposed to be a completely waterproof makeup. By the way, I do use the bridal one, which I think is very important. I use the bridal one because I think it works the best. I need the best. I always use the best on my clients. I'm not messing around. So I do want to read the back of this real quick to you, just because I didn't do that before. It does say specifically designed to resist the effects of excess moisture. Our Bridal Mist helps keep makeup looking flawless and photo ready. Absorbs quickly and lasts for up to 16 hours for all skin types. So I have in the past worn my makeup overnight. Don't do that. It's terrible for your skin. I get it. But I have done it on nights where let's say I have a really late wedding, which has completely happened, where I'll have a late wedding. And last year I was working 2 jobs. I had an internship and I was going to school full time. So I was so busy the exact same time last year, and I had a late wedding, or I got out of class late or whatever, and I just had to get up very early the next morning. A lot of my weddings start at 6 or 7 in the morning, which usually means I have to get up at 4. So if I don't go to bed until midnight and I'm gonna get up at 4 anyway, why even bother? You know what I mean? There's been a lot of times when I have completely worn my makeup for well over 16 hours. I think the longest I've ever worn it was like close to 48 hours before, which is crazy. I know it is, but I've had some really busy days, so it is what it is. And I mean, it's obvious, like, especially if you're wearing a dark lip, that you're gonna see it come off. If you're wearing glitter, I'm not wearing glitter today, I'm just wearing shimmer, you're gonna notice a little bit of the glitter come off. But I feel like for the most part, this looks pretty darn good, especially because I had dogs licking my face, which you might be able to see down here, I don't know. I had the dogs licking my face and stuff, and Like, obviously, I didn't go easy on my makeup. I wore my makeup just the way I normally do. I ate the way I normally do. I had oily food. I had crappy food. It was Thanksgiving, so I had terrible food. I drank the normal things I normally drink, and this is how it looks. So before I do the shower test with this stuff, even though it doesn't say that it's waterproof, I know that it's waterproof, and I'm gonna show you that it's waterproof just all around the board so you can see the full wear test, right? Like, cause that's the real wear test, is to take like a shower with your makeup on and see how it stays on. It's not gonna be perfect, by no means. I don't think any makeup should stay on perfectly in the shower, but it's gonna be pretty darn good because I have done like photo shoots of girls that are like, maybe they're in the shower or they're in the pool or whatever it is, and I need the makeup to last. This is how you get it to last if you're gonna cry. I do a lot of weddings. There's a lot of tears. So I just wanted to give you the full experience of how well this setting spray works. Now, I do think a big part of it is how you apply the makeup, which is why I included the tutorial. I do think it's important using a sponge and, you know, setting powder and all of that stuff. I do think all of that stuff is very important in keeping the makeup on, but I just wanted to demonstrate how good. I can't live without this stuff. I really can't. This is so important to me because if I don't have this, I feel like my makeup just looks like crap after a couple of hours. Like, it just is what it is. Without touching anything up, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the shower, and since I'm gonna change my clothes anyway, I'm not gonna be like in a bathing suit or none of that. I'm not about that life on the YouTube, but I'm just gonna wear this shirt in the shower because I'm gonna be taking it off anyway. So I'm going to do that now. Before I do the final test, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it so much. And go over here and follow me on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, because that's where I post everything basically before it ends up on YouTube. So go ahead and go over there, like all that stuff over there. I'm really close to 15.8 on my Instagram. So please go follow my Instagram. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi and welcome to my bathroom. If this is the only part of the video that you are seeing, I am doing the Skindinavia full wear test, in my opinion. So this is going to be to test its waterproof abilities. So I used the primer spray, the oil control primer spray this morning before my makeup, and then the setting spray, the bridal version, after I was done with my makeup. So my makeup has already been on for about 8 hours. You can kind of tell a little bit with my lipstick, but today is Thanksgiving, so I enjoyed some really good Thanksgiving food, and I drank like normal. I played with my dogs. I got lots of face kisses from my pets, and I sweated a lot today. So this is still pretty darn good for 8 full hours. I don't have time to do the full 16-hour wear test, but I thought that this would be a good option to show you guys how great it is at waterproof abilities. Okay. I think I did a pretty fair test now that I have water directly in my eyes. Oh, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm not patting off my face or anything, so you can see what this looks like completely wet. I'm gonna go ahead and pat off with the towel, not rub, pat, that's the rule. So this is what I would tell somebody who's crying or they've been crying like during a wedding or whatever. So you just wanna pat and not rub. And you can see, oh look at that, nothing came off, that's awesome. I feel like my eyeliner might come off just a little bit. These eyelashes are super heavy when they're wet. So that's the only thing that I would say is like super not comfortable, is the fact that my eyelashes are really wet. Look at that, I don't see anything. I don't think there's anything on there. There might be a little bit. I'm staring directly into these lights, so it's really hard to tell. I think just a little bit came off, which is awesome. And my lips stayed on perfectly, no purple. So I think that's a really awesome way to show not only how good the makeup is that I used today. I didn't use any specific waterproof foundation or concealer. I didn't use any, the only waterproof thing that I used was my mascara. That's it. Everything else I don't think claims to be waterproof. So there you go. There you have it. I'm soaking wet in the shower. So I can show you guys this. My eye makeup, all up close and personal. You can see like it didn't stay perfectly. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but if I jumped in a pool and I got out and still looked like this, I'm not gonna complain, you know? So thank you guys so much for watching, and go and give Skindinavia a big shout out for their amazing setting sprays. I've been using them for years. This is what I swear by. If you're a client of mine, you know your makeup will last all day, I promise. No matter what time we start, no matter how much you sweat, no matter how much you cry, your makeup is gonna last all day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully I have this video up very soon for you, and stay tuned for the next one. So go ahead and please subscribe. Or if you're from Facebook, please just like the video or share it. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. You see how soaking wet that my shirt is now? Oh, Luna. Now I move the camera away. This is what she's been doing the whole time. She's like, lady, why are you standing in the shower with your clothes on? What are you doing? Luna. What you doing? Hi. Oh, you're gonna say hi. Okay. Alright. What you doing? Yeah. We got the whole setup back here. I wasn't messing around. She's a good girl. Oh, yeah. Kisses. Huh? My eye makeup matches my eye color today. That's cool, right? Luna's outside barking. I'm gonna have to let her in before I do the shower thing. So, before...
You need to get this in your video.
What?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Oh, the meltiness and the cheesy.
You're so Such a weirdo. I don't know what to do with you.